This is Maria Lampropulos, a virtually unknown player until 2017 when she took down millions against the world's best. But she didn't just crush one of poker's biggest tournaments. She made history as the first woman ever to win a seven-figure prize in an open field event outside the high-stakes elite. And she didn't get there by dumb luck either. What you're about to see is one of the most dominant underdog runs in poker, packed with next-level bluffs, fearless hero calls, and plays that left the pros speechless. So how did this woman manage to outplay the pros and take home millions? Let's find out. We pick up the action at the final table, where just 8 players remain from a starting field of over 1,200. The tension is unbearable, and every decision is worth millions. Maria isn't the chip leader, but she's playing like she owns the table. And after surgically dismantling the competition for days, she's coiled, ready to strike. And in the very first hand, she sends a chilling message to the rest of the table and proves why she deserves to be there.
But
he's trying to do too much too early here, Park.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, you can say, what's he doing? It's amazing what the adrenaline does to you, right?
now this is great. The way that she has.
Has she called it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is perfect.
I like that.
She had a long thing.
That's a really, really
She's
strong
after him
play
for
under this sort of pressure.
She's after him for
going
the
for
whole
the
stack.
lot.
But by the way, she is also saying to herself that she's willing to fold on an ace-high board, right? I mean, that's also what she's...
I don't think that was a major part of her thinking. She's just setting a trap. I think she knew that Neil was playing back at her. That if she re-raised, she was going to lose him.
Yeah.
She's prepared to take the chance, and it's not a bad flop for her, is it? With the King of Hearts in her hand.
It's fairly insane.
She might just raise now. She doesn't want to give him a chance to get away.
Let me just finish very quickly. My point is that you don't realize
I thought you were
sometimes...
finished.
You don't realize sometimes what a guy has been doing for the 12 hours since we've seen him. And my guess is that what Neil has been doing is not sleeping much. And I think he's come to the table a little bit cracked up.
Yeah, it's a very old school way to play against aggressive players, and it's worked to perfection. She knew. She's still thinking now. No, she's waiting. She's calling quickly. She's calling now. She always takes her time, all the time, and that's fine. And she's got 100% in this pot. He's got no way of winning it, and she played it to get the absolute lot. That was brilliant.
Murthy never saw it coming, and just like that, his entire stack slides across the felt into hers. A masterclass in patience and execution. But this was just the start for Maria. And just a few hands later, she shows her class once again. She open raises with 10-9, hoping to pick up the blinds, but her opponents aren't here to make things easy for her. Matu's Ripple-Lock defends his big blind with 5-4 suited, and we go heads up to the flop.
Decided, well, I can run over
I
this
think,
table.
well, I mean, according to Rory Liffey, we went through this yesterday, everything is good for you. Everything in your fridge can give you or prevent cancer except bacon.
But yes, the running queens, the running queens are part of that.
Well, let's
running hearts.
This may well explain why you failed the milkman exam.
If it comes 2 queens of hearts on the Turner River.
Okay,
Maria takes down another pot and shows the whole table she's not just here to play, she's here to win. Now she finds herself up against the UL pro, Jacob Mulhern, and she takes the opportunity to see a free flop.
I won't give you the other 27.
We get an action flop as Maria flops a flush draw and her opponent gets an inside straight draw. The only question is, who's gonna shoot first?
I don't want you to spoil the show for me. What's that? The comfort of my own.
Aye. Maria's got a flush draw.
And Matus, this is the first time.
As Barney got a blindy wars, he's
raise.
No, did 2 hands in a row where the button has decided not to make a button raise, and it's the first time Matus declined that, and also you got Jeremy. Who
Jacob has to give up here, doesn't he?
In a colloquial sense, or.
Oh, okay, sorry, I beg your pardon now. I apologize.
You know, tarred and feathered. Tarred and feathered.
Don't mention tarred and feathered to an Irish.
And Maria scoops up the pot again, building up a nice stack. But she still has a long way to go. And in this next hand, Maria uses her positional advantage on the button and goes for the open raise. Matuz is clearly frustrated and out for revenge. He defends the big blind yet again, this time with 5-4 offsuit. Will he have more luck this time around?
Well, we could zoom in on half of it. Time. And have a viewer's prize for who could guess what the other one. Yeah, what color was Matuz's jumper yesterday?
Maria slows down on the flop, which is enough for Matuz to go on the offensive.
Does anybody think Maria's playing a little bit too passively?
This is her MO. She's checked back second pair. She's done it every time.
Yeah, but there's so many dangerous turn cards. I mean, obviously there are some that help her hand as well. But okay, it's worked.
You know, you can think of how many times she has checked back the flop after raising the flop, and it's not just heads up, but three-handed. I mean, it's part of.
And the great thing is, I mean, Matuz is very unlikely to try and steal it again because she knows how big a hand she can do this with.
He takes another stab on the river. Do you think Maria will find the call here?
Let's get the clock out. You had long enough. There's only £1 million at for first prize.
And she does! An absolutely amazing call. But that's nothing compared to what she does next. Maria has already demonstrated her great hand reading skills, but she also has some sick bluffing moves in her arsenal. Matuz tries to win some of his chips back, but Maria's not having it. She goes for a big 3-bet, and her opponent makes the call. You'll never guess what she's holding here. And she re-steals the pot with 9-2 offsuit. This is not as crazy as it seems, since in late position battles, you should keep your 3-betting range polar. Maria is not looking to play for a big pot here. Instead, she's attacking a wide button range hoping to re-steal the pot. She's not playing the cards, she's playing the player. Next hand, Maria flat calls with ace-5 in the big blind. I'm not really a fan of that play, as a 3-bet squeeze would be much stronger here. But as played, we go 3-way to the flop. Maria flops top pair, but she's squeezed between two players in an awkward spot.
Now, is fast becoming less and less important when you look at the million up top?
Maria's always checking this, right? Because she's not the raiser, and she wants.
She wants a continuation bet. That's what she's getting.
Yeah.
It's nice when you're playing well and running well.
She calls and he probably switches.
I thought I was the only person.
You're only going to get called if you're beat if she raises.
Exactly.
There's no point in raising. Let the guy keep bluffing. He's got you beat. He's going to call your raise. So
what he's seen, he knows how she just calls with biggish hands and.
Yeah. I mean, this guy has not got enough information to put her on the queen here. Like.
Yeah.
I think he does. She didn't re-raise pre-flop, so she doesn't have a big ace. He knows that. Very tough call a little bit ago with second pair. Now she has top pair.
She's facing another street, of course.
Yeah,
and,
this one.
Yeah, I mean,
I think she would do.
She's praying for a 3 or a 5 here.
She's going to be in a little bit of a quandary if Jeremy decides to go again here.
And her opponent just can't get himself to fire another barrel, so Maria takes down another big pot. The intimidation tactics are clearly working. A solid play from Maria, but it's nothing compared to this next hero call.
She got in here deep on the big stage, and she showed people her game, which is, I mean, unbelievable.
There was a whole load of big game
class
players around here this weekend. You know, the structure is so fair. I don't see nobody going around complaining or making excuses.
Everyone that watches the World Poker Tour, they're all sitting at home watching these big name players, and they're all saying, geez, I can play as good as that guy. I should be out there playing for $1 million.
Now comes a turning point. A massive multi-way pot, 3 players in, and Maria flops top pair once again.
She just flatted the under the gun raise from Jacob.
Jacob now has the worst hand, obviously.
Do you find that
what I really like about this girl is that, you know, they're playing for huge money. They've been playing for it for days.
But Matuz is done dancing around. He shoves all in for over 100 million chips.
Virtually at least 90% of the players loved it, absolutely loved it.
And the 10% that didn't love it, we don't need them there anyway, wasting
yeah,
out.
exactly.
And she's well capable of folding this.
With her tournament life hanging in the balance, Maria has a huge decision to make.
And she will be aware. Oh, she's just called him.
She has called him.
She has to call. I think he just picked the wrong time to make a move here.
He did it. It's only, I think it's only really interesting because he kind of.
Well, she's wincing like he's got the best hand.
She really is. That's a reverse pot.
She should have gone to Specsavers.
Well, maybe she's wincing because he's got outs. Maybe she didn't want him to have any outs. You know, who knows? Well, now
she's got her wish.
He has no outs.
And with that amazing call, Matuz is eliminated from the tournament, and we're down to the final 3 players. Next up, we have another late position battle, as Maria limps in with ace-3. Not a bad play, as it allows her opponents to continue with a lot of worse hands. Jeremy Panton raises with king-jack, and Maria calls.
I mean, I can think of a lot of players who could have started writing that book, and we're going to publish it when they won a tournament. I mean, one guy started. One guy started with a quill.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about this call that she made it.
Not an awful lot, because she's been taken very, very long about every
with all decisions. Yeah, that's a fair comment.
She's been taking a long time about this. Jeremy finds.
I mean, what was the final decision? It was just too strong a hand to fold and just too weak a hand to shove?
I don't know.
She's really going to be hoping he checks behind on the turn here.
She improves to 2-pair on the turn and checks again, which is a great play. Checking allows her opponent to keep bluffing and representing an ace. But Jeremy doesn't bite yet.
It can't be a check. I mean,
no, that's just.
She doesn't have an ace in a million years here.
Oh, wow.
The river is a brick. Maria has the best hand, and she knows it.
It's still on her. She never does anything in a hurry, and that makes her very, very balanced. You can't read anything about strength or weakness into that. She's trying to extract some value from any one pair hand. Well, yeah, okay.
Would she be discounted?
Well, it's also, but she gives herself the option to get away if he does shove and she decides she's behind. I mean, this is the way she always plays. She gives herself so many options all the way down to the river.
Wow!
And he's done it. He's pulled the trigger.
Go on, my man. Go on, my man.
Yeah, but it's not enough. It's not enough to make her fold. It's.
Is she?
Yeah, there's 254 in there, and it's about 85 to her. He's gonna have 320. She's gonna have 250.
She's got a call. If he shows her a 5, he shows her a 5.
If she calls and wins,
she's made the call. Good for her. Good for her.
Wow.
And with another great call down, Maria eliminates yet another player. She's shown some great bluff catching skills so far, but it's nothing compared to the upcoming heads-up battle. In an interview after the event, Maria said that her opponent, Jacob Mulhern, refused to make a deal and chop the top prize, convinced that he could outplay her in a heads-up match. And boy, is he gonna regret that decision in a while. Jacob has almost twice the stack when the heads-up match begins, so he decides to start applying the pressure right away. Maria defends with ace-jack. Calling is probably the best play here. By 3-betting, she's only folding out weaker hands, and only getting called by hands that dominate her.
I don't know.
But she could catch a pretty disguised hand, and now she knows he's barreling a lot.
Yeah, I guess she knows that she's going to get him to lay down a lot of cards hands that she's dominating. She does play back, but she's gotten herself into a sticky situation here.
Both players miss the flop, and Jacob makes the standard c-bet. What you're about to see next is one of the sickest hero calls in the history of high-stakes tournaments, so sit back and enjoy.
It just don't work.
I mean, like I said, she needs to be prepared to get more chips into a pot before the flop and to turn this thing around. But she knows her ace is good a lot of the time. So fair play to her. This is the way she's playing.
Well, yeah, but if it's a guessing game, she's going to check, and it's tough, man.
No, it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal. She's giving herself some very, very difficult decisions. But will Jacob continue? That past form says that he does. Yeah. Maria's made it very complicated for herself.
Away from the poker slow, I can't remember either player's name.
Well, do you know what?
I don't know the name of the. I mean, I can't even. I'm so embarrassed.
I just call them all matey.
By the way, it makes more sense for her to play this way if she's prepared to make these calls that she's making here, because she's right. Well, she is right. You know, I know. I mean,
betting pot size on the river with his good hands, he's got to, doesn't he? He's got to go 160 or so.
Do you really? If it's just a busted flush draw, we don't know that.
Wow. Well, you know, she's chosen to play it a certain way, and
well, if she does find a call, it would be the.
It'll be very impressive. But
momentum will switch massively.
What was her plan on the turn? If she's not, I mean, it is a very big bet.
She's calling. This is her
She's
tournament.
calling.
This is her tournament.
It's huge. Wow. I thought she'd given up.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
Nice goal.
Brilliant.
Nice goal.
An absolutely amazing play by Maria, but this next hand is just as impressive.
I mean,
I think she could have represented the straight best of all, to be honest with you. That would have been the hand that she would most likely to have had. It was a 10 queen or a queen jack.
She's speeded up, hasn't she?
yeah, she's sitting up in her chair and she's feeling like she can really win this.
And the body language looks very good for her. You know, like we've been watching her for 2 days, being very deliberate about all the decisions. And,
can she play back on this board?
Maria defends her big blind again with Jack-9. Like the last hand, both players miss the flop, and Jacob c-bets the flop. But Maria has seen this move before, and she's not buying it.
And she might find a check raise here. She's changed up her game. She hasn't got a strong enough hand to call down with. Oh, okay, it's a call. Wow.
oh my God.
Okay, well, how much better a card can she have hopes of seeing on the turn? Top pair now and the flush draw. Now she can go back into check call mode.
We'll see how quickly he checks here.
I mean, that was an out of position float with her. Don't make no mistake. She had nothing. She was planning something on the turn.
By the way, under the heading of Jacob.
Well, that's all she could have been doing, Barney.
Yeah.
This takes heart.
She's hit kind of like the ultimate bingo card on the turn with her.
There's so many scare cards out there, Parg.
She may go for the raise.
I don't think she has to.
I would have thought so, but
I think from her point of view, if she goes for the check raise, she doesn't give him the opportunity to lose his entire stack on the river.
This is a give up. I say he gives up this time because you know she called on that 2-diamond board. You know, she called again on the turn when the diamond came. What does he think he's going to get her off on the river?
Look at the color of his ears right now, Barney. I think he's determined. He's committed to a strategy.
Well, for a start off, she could have a flush.
Yeah, but I actually I actually think he's
well,
kind
it fits the story.
I actually think it's very, very important to him to get a bluff.
Oh, he has to bet really big.
After getting a bluff called, I think there's something else at work here.
He's overbet the pot here. He's overbet the pot.
I hope whether she calls or folds, I hope she doesn't do it. Okay, 1 minute. So I don't know what Jacob had for lunch, but we are going to find out at some point.
Who's put her on the clock?
Well, it can only be him, right? There's only one.
No, I just wondered, can the casino put her on?
No. They wouldn't do that.
Yeah. How long you been playing? No, I mean, you know, weird things happen sometimes. I mean, you can get. I've seen people get put on
playing.
People get put
on.
Yes,
oh, well played.
Putting on the clock didn't help. That's.
You'd think that Jacob would learn by now that bluffing this woman is a bad idea. Now, the tables have turned, and Maria is in the chip lead. She gets dealt pocket kings, and Jacob 3-bets with ace-queen.
I mean, every one of them was a classic. I mean, I used to love it, but we were talking about this in some commentary on the Irish Open recently, or I mean, was it in Killarney?
What was your favorite one before we get into what may very well be the last hand of the tournament?
Mike McGee. He called him Mystic Mike. He can put you on a hand before you look at your cards.
And if you knew Mike McGee, that is the greatest description of the man.
Closely followed.
We might have to save the rest of them for the next stream. This looks like a bit of a cooler, doesn't it?
Now,
with Jackarama, the crew Alexandra of poker can't string 2 passes together.
Oh, I'd forgotten that one. Yeah, that was all right.
Oh, yeah?
There you go.
Could this be it? With millions of dollars on the line, this last hand will decide it all.
Maria's in the catbird seat. If she does lose this, she's the favorite, but she'll still have a 400,000 or so chip stack. It's all in for Jacob. Needing that ace from space.
God, after all the little games of chess that we're playing,
it always winds up, doesn't it, with a big caller, or very, very often. 2 huge hands here.
All you can get is a swing and miss.
Well, she's a big favourite now.
Tell you what, these are two total warriors of the felt. I love the way Jacob has played today.
Yeah.
Absolutely adored. But Maria has been.
I like the way he played yesterday.
Yeah, that's true too.
But it ain't over yet.
These are the big ones. Nothing left to do but watch the dealer.
And close your eyes.
This is such a big moment for both of them, especially for her, because.
And they both got a big rail here, so closing your eyes doesn't help, because when you hear the big roar, you don't know who's doing it. I mean, this is for £1 million.
There it is. £1 million. And doesn't she deserve it? I mean, she's played extraordinarily well.
And honestly, the heads up was fantastic. The final table was fantastic. I mean, a great tournament has had a very, very worthy winner and
a very worthy runner-up.
Very worthy runner-up.
They both played great.
Maria's £1 million victory was legendary, but it's not the most shocking underdog story we've ever seen. Because when a broke 21-year-old kid stared down poker's elite at the 2009 WSOP and walked away a millionaire, it wasn't just a win. It changed poker forever. So, if you want to see how this kid outplayed the pros and rewrote poker history, click this video right here. We'll see you there.